Hi everybody, welcome to another video of the Gertzwolds. My name is Rochelle and today we are going to be talking about some toddler Halloween crafts. So before we get into it, let me tell you a little bit about myself. For any of you that have watched some of my other videos, thank you for coming back. Please subscribe, like, add any comments down below, letting me know how I'm doing. For those of you that this is your first video, I have a 3-year-old daughter named Emerson. I've always had a passion for helping kids learn and just grow. So when I had Emerson almost 3 years ago, or a little over 3 years ago, we started doing crafts and things like that at a very young age. I had tons of clay prints with our hands and all sorts of different things that we've done. So a lot of my friends told me to put them out there so other people can try them. So please keep watching, see what we get into. We got some good ones this week. All right, for the first Halloween craft that we decided to do this week, we chose the monster rock painting. Emerson absolutely loved doing this. It is a super cheap, easy craft that you can do. You can do it fairly fast. The longest part is just waiting for the paint to dry. You don't have to have any specific colors or anything like that. We just went out to the yard and found 5 rocks that we thought would be good monsters. Then all we did is we just used washable paint. We painted all over the rocks. And then once the rocks were all done and painted, we let those dry for a little bit. And then once they were all dry, we just glued on some googly eyes. And then I used a Sharpie and Sharpied on the mouths and the eyebrows or any fun things that you want to put really cute. And I must say, for this activity, you can do this for all different seasons. You can make bunny rocks, you can make fall rocks where you just paint like leaves and things like that on there, or fun different colors. There's tons of things you can do with rock painting, and it's super cheap and it's super easy. Another fun thing that we did once we were done painting all the rocks, and they were all dry, Emerson hid them around the house, and we just did like a monster hunt. So we walked all throughout the house and we were all trying to find the monsters, and it was really adorable. It turned out really cute. Okay, I am not sure if I am the only one, but one of my favorite Halloween movies is Hocus Pocus. Now, I must say Emerson's a little young to watch that movie, but every year around Halloween, I'm always thinking about making some sort of witch's brew or potion or something along those lines. So I went online and I found a recipe. It was pretty easy. It was baking soda, vinegar, green dish soap, and then green food coloring. You just mix all of those into a bowl and you watch it kind of bubble up and foam. I really was expecting this to be a lot bigger than what it was. Granted, I used a Halloween like trick-or-treating bowl, so I would recommend that if you were going to do this, you could make like a little potion bottle and pour it in there and watch it kind of foam out. Or you could use like a little cauldron. You can normally buy those for fairly cheap around Halloween. We just didn't have time to go out and find them, so we ended up probably doubling or tripling this recipe. And then Emerson had a lot of fun with like just a wooden spatula, I guess you would call it. We just played and stirred it and kind of watched it foam and bubble all over the pot. She thought that it was a lot of fun. Okay, so for our last activity that we did this week, we decided to make slime. Now, I must say that this slime recipe that I found did not really turn out how I expected it to. It was the cornstarch and glue recipe. I'll place it down in the comments down below so you guys can see it. I would recommend maybe looking for another slime recipe. If I find any other ones, I'll link them down below. It didn't really turn out to be slime for us, and I think that's just because our measurements were off, but it was still a lot of fun. Emerson told me that it felt like the inside of a pumpkin, and then we just put googly eyes in it, and you can actually store that in the fridge and just keep playing with it. And it did harden up after we let it sit in the fridge overnight, but it just didn't turn into the slime that we thought it was going to. But I will say Emerson did have a lot of fun playing with this, and I would say she probably played with it for at least an hour while I was making dinner one night. So it is a lot of fun to have, and you could probably put little plastic spiders or any other little Halloween things that you could put in there. We just had googly eyes from the monster rocks that we did, so we just threw those in there, and they were kind of fun. She tried to pick them out, and they were all slimy, so it was a lot of fun to play with. Thank you guys so much for watching this week's video. I have a ton of fun stuff in store for next week, so please stay tuned for next week's video. I post a video once a week on toddler activities, things you can do with your toddler, recipes that your toddler likes, things like that. So I have some fun fall snacks that I'm going to be reviewing in next week's video. So please stay tuned and keep an eye out for that. Please like and give me a thumbs up if you thought this was a good video.